Hey guys, today we're going to take a quick look at this Xiaomi 5-piece security system. You can see I've actually upgraded it and added a few pieces to it. So we're going to take a look at this, but first you got to check out the intro. Okay, we're going to start with a quick overview of the Xiaomi 5-in-1 security system, and we're going to break this up into a couple little pieces where we're going to have this section here, a kind of software guide that we're going to edit in, and also a kind of demonstration with the various pieces and how I have them set up. So this whole system is based around the gateway, which is this piece right here, and that connects these individual pieces together, and which in turn connect to your Wi-Fi, which allows you to basically customize each individual piece to set them up how you want and to do what you want. And of course there's other pieces to this set aside from these that you can order and add on. This is very much like a Lego set. You can mix and match what you want and don't want. You don't have to use it all. You can use more. You can double up, triple up on things. It's all kind of up to you, which is one of the cool things I like about it. So gateway plugs in, and you're going to need a fancy adapter because it is a Chinese outlet. These are about $2 on eBay, or you can get them from GearBest. So that's got a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. You know, if you really want to put that flush behind like something, then it's going to be an issue. But generally, you know, this is something you're going to want in the opening because it does light up and all that stuff. You have your smart outlet, which once again is in Chinese format. So if you're going to use that, you're going to need two converters, one for the back, one for the front. Huge pain in the neck. You have your motion sensors, which I bought an extra one. Door and window sensors, which you can see I bought a second one of those as well. And then you have your click switch, which is your doorbell and all that. But that is your 5-piece set with a couple additions, and like I said, there's lots more things. I mean, they even make a rice maker you can hook up to this. There's a lot of cool stuff. So these, like I said, all individually interface with the gateway, which in turn interfaces with your Wi-Fi, which in turn interfaces with your cell phone. So a couple things you're going to need, of course. One is Wi-Fi. The cell phone, you're going to need to set it up. I don't think, oh, maybe they do have computer software. I just don't know how to find it, but my guess is you are going to need to customize this onto your phone, and then from there, once the system's up and going, your phone doesn't need to be present. You just need to have the Wi-Fi on, which makes this a really interesting system, because if you do want to use it for emergency use, power outages, stuff like that, you can very easily continue to run this with pretty much a universal power supply. All you really need to power is the gateway and your router, and this whole system will work. So if you do have some kind of a backup power supply, supplying those two items will basically essentially keep the whole system running. Everything in here is run off of batteries. They're fairly easy to change. You just kind of pull these things apart, and there's usually kind of small button cell batteries in there. I checked them all out, nothing uncommon. They're pretty much anything you can just get at Walmart, and they all come with either some kind of sticky tape or some way to adhere them to your walls, whatever you want to hook these things up to. So, you know, these things are small, portable, battery operated. I'm not sure how long the batteries will last. I guess we'll find out. But like I said, those little button batteries, go to Walmart, get a bunch of extras, have them on hand, you know, for this kind of thing. You know, it is kind of a small, portable, very discreet system. It comes in white, of course, which is the color of most door and window trim, so these things will not stand out. They're actually pretty small, and you know, no logos, anything like that. It's really going to make these things stand out. And the idea being that, you know, these things, as long as they're within range of your Wi-Fi, are going to work. So the good, you know, it's a very good customizable system. You can set up this whole crazy chain of events however you want. The bad being that you are going to have to, you know, adapt Chinese outlets if that is something you do want to do. The other bad is the app can be a little difficult to use, but we'll get into that in the next section. But overall, guys, a lot of cool stuff going on for the money here. And in reality, there isn't an American version of this that you can pick up that's going to have this set of features that's not going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So, and the fact that you can get this for $50 is really astounding. because in the end, most American systems are really inadequate. They require, hardwiring things in. There's very little things that, you know, they're big, they're bulky. This stuff's all small, and you can also interface it with that little IP camera that I did a review on before as well. So that's a cool little addition as well. And the thing I love about this, guys, is you can set up a chain of events that when this sensor is triggered, the gateway does an alarm, turns on an outlet, which turns on a light, and then activates the camera and records whoever it is who's seeing it. So you can set up these long, complicated string of events. You can send notifications to your phone, all kinds of stuff. And then, when you're sick of it, you can use this to turn on and off the alarm. So if you are in the house, and plus you can set this up in ways where it's a silent alarm, where no alarms go off. Just so much in so little. And let's get to the actual app section so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, guys. Alright, quick demonstration as to exactly how this works. As you can see here, we have the gateway plugged in on the left, a couple of the sensors and all that in front of us. I have this set up just as a very simple demonstration. Like I said, this thing can be just customized any way you want it to. So now I currently have this set up so that this little sensor here, with a double click, will arm and unarm the system. So now it is armed. I don't have the plug-in because I need some kind of an adapter to make that work, but if you do end up getting any of the appliances that do come with it, they will work with this. You just need this little $2 adapter to plug it in the wall. But if you were going to plug an American appliance into here, you would need a second adapter, so you would actually need two to make that piece work, which is kind of a bummer. Now I have two sensors set up here, both with different things, and hopefully I can not set them both off while doing this. Now this one on the right here, I have just a simple light. As you can see, the light turns on, and I can turn it off with a single click of my button. So once again, that's one individual I set up. This one over here is my alarm. And what we're going to do is actually show you the phone when this goes on, so you can get an idea as to how quick this is. See, that notification was pretty much instantaneously, and I have double click to turn that off. So, that quick, that easy, guys. How well those notifications work as far as alarms, you can set this up any which way you want. Guys, oh, can't forget the door. Door alarm. Pull them apart. Oh, sorry. I'm going to put this up here a little closer, so we don't set that off. Just a simple doorbell for that one. You can customize the tones for each of these. You don't have to use that tone. You don't have to use that volume. Every single thing about this is customizable. You can actually set up a chain. For example, if the door alarm goes off, you can have it turn on the motion sensor. When the motion sensor comes off, then you could have it turn on the outlet or turn on the alarm. You can set up a whole chain or sequence of events individually. You can add notifications, not have notifications. It's really up to you. That's the cool part about this whole thing, is how customizable it is. Like I said, the only real downfalls are the fact that you do have to adapt the smart outlet, which kind of sucks because it has, that on both ends. But if you are plugging that into, say, a power strip, not such a big deal. Plugging it into the wall, you're going to have like this gigantor thing sticking out. So, like I said, guys, simple, easy to use. You can customize the whole thing via the phone. Just overall, pretty awesome to work with, and really just an enjoyable piece of gear to play with. Alright guys, we're going to get into the app portion of this review. Now you can download this through the Play Store, and it's really easy to find. You're literally just going to type in Xiaomi Mi, and it's the Mi Home app, which you can see I already have it installed. The only trick you need to know about installing it is that you are going to have to pick mainland China as your location, otherwise things are not going to install properly. So I did want to note that, guys. It's an absolute must. Alright, so here is the app. It's very simple. As you can see, most of it is in English. It seems like they're constantly improving it. Every time there's an update, it just seems to be a little bit better. So I am happy that they do keep a pretty good list of that. So we're going to go kind of go into our gateway here. As you can see, this lets you We'll go back home. You know, it gives you a couple options, and you know, you can see my camera's here. It's not hooked up right now, but I got the camera and the gateway, which are my two things. Now you can customize either of these, but right now we're just going to focus on the gateway because that's what we're reviewing. So we're going to get back into the gateway. You can see you have an option to turn the light on and off, brightness and color. That's for the gateway. It's not plugged in right now, so that is not going to work. Now, over here, your automation menu is where you can set up all your, sorry for the glare guys, all your automation. It lets you arm and unarm the system, and when you go down here, you can set your individual, and these things have little errors because it's obviously unplugged right now, but this lets you set what you want. If you know, you can set individual things. If the sensor is turned on, alarm and an email notification. If this other one's turned on, it just turns on the light. These are all the things that I will demonstrate to you guys in the next little clip, which is the demo. So these are how I set them up. You can set them all up individually. You can set up chains of events. You can have it done by time, by motion, by lack of motion. There's a whole bunch of different triggers that will allow you to do this how you want to do it, which is pretty awesome because you really can set up huge complex chains of events to happen with these, and you can buy multiple. So if you want multiple body sensors, you know, you can have them turning on lights in your house, turning off lights, you know, window alarms, you know, things like that, loud alarms, silent alarms. You know, maybe you want one alarm to be loud, one alarm to be, all that can be set up through here. It's very easy because you literally just pick the device, what the trigger is, and what the response is. So if you want email notifications from one sensor and not the other, you can set it up exactly like I did here. Just very simple, very easy to use. Your device list over here will give you all your devices. And you can see you have the gateway up top, which is offline, your door window sensor, your switch, body sensor, all that stuff is in here, depending on what's kind of plugged in. Now, if you want to add something new, gateway's off, so it won't let me add. Very simple to add new things. When the gateway's on, shoot, I should have plugged this in for this, but basically what's going to happen is down here it's going to say, sorry for the glare guys, down here it's going to say is add a new device, and what you're going to do is click on that, and then you're going to have to, stick something into the activator pin of the device. They all have them. They all have them, and once you do that, the two will pair up, and you're good to go. It's that simple. It really is very, very simple. The hardest part of the whole ordeal is adding the gateway. Now, when you add the gateway, you're going to add the device, add the gateway, and let me think. Oh, no, the gateway doesn't have a little activator. You have a little button on there. You know, but all that's going to happen is when you're going to plug in the gateway, it's going to detect it. You got to have your Bluetooth on, and lost my magnet. And what's going to happen to your gateway is you're going to have to log into the internet. You're going to have to log into your Wi-Fi, and so you're going to put your Wi-Fi password in. This will connect to your Wi-Fi, and then from there the system starts to work, and you can add new devices. So it's pretty easy, guys. We're not going to get too much into the software aspect because software does change over time, and for me to sit here and go through this in nitty-gritty detail, in literally a month the software could be completely different. But it's very easy to use, very to figure out. As you can see, the menus are like 90% in English, at least the important stuff. There's not much as far as help or anything like that, but really, you know, it's very simple to use. It's like I said, adding the gateway, you know, you're just kind of plugging it in, you know, letting it connect via Bluetooth, you know, setting up the Wi-Fi password, let it connect to the Wi-Fi, add your devices, and add your triggers, your alarms, your scenes, what you want this thing to do, and you are live. Very simple, very easy, guys. Very happy with how it works, and the app is not too bad. You know, hopefully they do improve it over time, but like I said, it's very quick, easy access to things like turning the light on and off. So if you are sitting in the house, you know, you just want to turn the lights on and off, change the colors, you know, maybe you want to access certain devices, turn them on and off from the comfort of your own bed. Maybe you hear a funny noise in the night, you want to turn on your camera, boom. You know, lots of cool stuff, you know, that you can do with this. You can use it as a baby monitor, you can use it as a something to keep an eye on your pets. Very cool, just overall, like, super, super pleased with this, and just like I said, the very few downfalls to this are not such a big deal when you look at how just cool and versatile this system is.